Alright everybody, welcome back. So this is going to be kind of more of a casual video today because I didn't want to get too intense and too heavy and no, I just want to simply talk to you, Z people that for whatever reason decide to watch this furry avatar for hours on end about random stuff. I want to talk to you about why I haven't been playing Crossout recently, so let's get into that. So, of course, Crossout. What can be said that hasn't been said a absolute gajillion times before when it comes to this game? And, I mean, there's kind of a few reasons as to why I'm kind of taking a break from Crossout. I mean, this happens time to time. I mean, if you've followed me for a long enough time, you've probably noticed that I've taken a few breaks with this game over the years. Mostly because there's just, well, main thing, not a whole lot to do sometimes. I mean, when it comes to the downtimes between major patches that release large sums of content, there really isn't a whole lot that is done. I mean, take the example right now between whatever the amusement park update was versus the new Syndicate faction that's being released soon. The downtime between that was pretty long, not to mention that the amusement park update itself wasn't very impactful. So then there's a lot of time where you just end up doing the same thing for months and months and months on end, with very few changes to the overall kind of feel and play styles of the game. I mean, there's very few weapons that I could actually obtain in a reasonable amount of time. Sure, there's a lot more legendary weapons and relic weapons, but congratulations, I can't obtain those in a reasonable amount of time. Plus, I don't have a promo account, so I can't mess around with them really willy-nilly like Tree Burgers, Mr. Cheese, N-Tech, and whoever may be able to mess around with it. I simply cannot. I do not have a promo account. Anything that comes out, I have to physically sit here for hours and grind this stuff. So actually playing around with a lot of this new stuff is even kind of just time prohibitive for me if it exists even at all to begin with. So then that's just kind of like, well, what do? I don't know, I'm bored as heck. Let's just sit here and play with caucuses for the next 17 hours again. Oh god. And I guess with that too, there's also just kind of like disagreements with the developers that I've been having that kind of pretty much any content creator, any person that knows this game well enough is going to have. I mean, there's of course been the major disagreements regarding the, I'm just going to say mostly the packs and the monetization system that they're doing. I do appreciate that they try to do things with coin packs and trying to throw out more customizables like that. But the fact is, they're still doing majorly most of their income through the pack sales themselves and really nothing else. And it's not really going to change for a huge sum of time. So I wanted them to actually change to a more cosmetic-focused monetary system so that there isn't this, huge demand and huge pay-to-win feel to the game. Instead, it's just more like, hey, if you want to support us, here's something to make your card look pretty. And we just don't really get that too often here, if at all. So there just is that disagreement as well that kind of just like, that kind of rubs you the wrong way every single time. And I'm sure that everyone that knows Steam reviews or reviews for this game in general know that is one of the big major negative points, I could say. I guess going into more of the minor stuff now, I've also just been kind of playing around with other games too. I mean, play the same game long enough, you will get fatigued. It happened with me in Elder Scrolls Online, happened with me in Crossout, happened to me with pretty much every game on my library right now. Especially now with COVID-19 going around and it being way more free time to play a lot more stuff recently. But yes, when it comes to that, I've actually been playing other games. Like, if you stick around, you've noticed I've been playing Avorion. And I actually know that quite a few have actually seen me play Avorion because you guys will leave dislikes whenever I'm not playing Crossout. But yeah, I've been playing Avorion quite a lot. I did that for like, 100, 200 hours. Played that a bunch on stream for all y'all. And there's like 10, 20 stream archives of that if you ever wanted to watch that. Plus, I've also been playing with some friends, playing Dungeon Defenders Awakened, which is a part of the Dungeon Defenders series. And that I've been enjoying playing that too, although I'm getting kind of fatigued to that. So we'll see how long that actually lasts. And, I mean, I guess also in general, it kind of also hinders down to YouTube itself, in that making content for the same thing a lot of times is quite fatiguing, and you may not just have as many ideas as possible as usual. Not to mention, again, that my idea pool, while I could expand it to include a lot more things, especially if I could do like an N-Tac or Mr. G or Tree Burgers thing, where I just mess around with other people's builds, the only way I could do that is if I had a promotional account, which I do not possess. So again, there's that issue where it conflicts with the high grind aspect to a lot of these new weapons, And the fact that if I wanted to make a lot of this content, it's kind of prohibitive again. So there's kind of that aspect too. So I don't know, maybe I might start branching out and do content related to other games. But we'll have to see about that, because I'm not quite confident in my information regarding the other stuff. Like, I can't make too many guides on, say, Avorion, because I don't have as much, I should say, information. Like, I know a lot of the game, but it can't really be like, okay, well, here's the best strategy hands down, or here's X, Y, and Z. It's more like, here's what I tried, and it worked, so give it a gander. But beyond that, we'll have to see how it pans out. Maybe I could start getting into that knack for more of that YouTube field. I mean, the thing is, too, I've also been doing a lot more work recently, so it's been also just a little bit more time constraints, although it doesn't really excuse me for on the weekends when I have a lot of free time, but we'll have to see about that. We'll have to see about that. I know you guys are quite enthusiastic about my content for whatever reason, so I'll have to keep that in mind at some point. Just the dilemma of working with a hobby / passion, per se, especially when you've been doing it since, oh god, how long have I been doing this now? Like, since 2012, so this is going on, oh god, it's seriously been 9 years. Oh my god, it's almost a decade. I mean, to be fair, it's not been like a constant decade, but dang, that's a something. But yeah, I think in order to prevent myself from rambling on too much longer, I think I'm gonna cut it off here. So I want to thank you all for joining me on this little rambling session here to just kind of get off why I'm not posting as much content and Crossout related content recently. And I don't know, if you guys have some other games and whatnot that you'd like me to see, you can post it down below. I may or may not consider it, but who knows. But on that, guys, love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.